Welcome everyone, hello. Okay, so this is going to be the third series I'm going to be shoutcasting and uploading from the G-Star 2010 All-Star Invitational Tournament that happened there. And I had a couple of people sending me PMs asking what is that G-Star 2010 I mentioned. Well, it's basically a gaming event. And I took my time to gather up, make a compilation of several videos available on the internet from people that had footage filmed inside the event, so you guys could take a look at it. And that's what I just uploaded. It's a two-part video, it's something like 25 minutes or so. It shows you a bit of the event, all the fans playing there, some of the new games, and also the Asian booth babes. So I think it's some pretty interesting stuff there for you guys to take a look at. And if you're willing to, just take a peek at it. If you just want matches and shoutcast, well, ignore it, skip, and just go for this match, because it's going to be the first one I upload after getting those videos up. So we're going to have here a face-off. Let me get the production and the HP bars up. This is going to be a face-off between here the red Terran oGsEnsnare. He changed his name. Before he was oGsEnsnare. Quite an experienced Terran player. Got qualified for the GSLs already. I already seen him playing at least on the GSL 1 and the 3 as well. From the top of my head I can't remember on the GSL 2 if he played or not, but he did play on those two. And also he was playing on the beta, I remember that. I also recall him doing very good on an early tournament right after the Starcraft 2 had its official release in Korea. He played on a tournament called the WTA Takedown and did very well there as well. So experienced Terran player here, going for an engineering bay. How annoying is that? If the Zerg player was planning on establishing his early hatchery, I guess it's basically over. And the Zerg player here is, as you guys can see, KyrixZenith, and is already adapting and is flexible enough to just go for the spawning pool and the gas, and gonna take that hatchery probably later on. And KyrixZenith, I'm pretty sure most of you guys already know him. He got qualified for the GSL the season 2 and 3, and on the season 2 he had some very intense matches. I recall a specific series against Boxer Prime where Boxer showed us his marine micro skills, but KyrixZenith also showed us his aggressive playstyle as a Zerg player. He's very offensive, very aggressive, and knows what he wants. He's always trying to pick on your errors and just go for the kill if you just commit too many mistakes. Finally the hatchery going down. Meanwhile the spawning pool is already up, so he's going to be having some Zerglings pretty soon. There it is. Meanwhile on his snare side, he's getting his wall off done, so Rex into factory. The Rex is actually placed a little bit on the back, so there's a real little room here for the tech lab. Nice placement there. It's not like your common wall off, but still tight, and with a little room to place that here. And first Marine coming out while the factory is finished. Meanwhile Kyrix already sent the first couple of Zerglings heading into this ramp, checking what's going on, see if they have any chance of going up there. But obviously, as you guys can see, it's firm tight. But oh, wait, they were able to pick up the SCV. Nice move there by Kyrix, killing the SCV and stopping the production of this factory. And well, it's not like the biggest blow ever, but still it is annoying, and it's a sign for Ensnare that his opponent is aware, he's ready, and he's going to pick on every little mistake that he's going to be able to find out about. And on that situation he got an SCV. The roaming SCV there also got killed, and now we're going to have a switch on the factory. Notice this detail. Ensnare just sends both his Marines down the ramp, making sure that those Zerglings won't be able to stop the switch and just pass while the buildings are in the air. And the first Hellion came out, starting to roast those Zerglings there while the switch is done, and now more Hellions coming out, and Infernal Pre-Igniter getting ready and set to go. So at least for the early game, I think that Ensnare is preparing himself to commit into some Hellion play with Infernal Pre-Igniter. I mean, if he's even committing to that, I'm pretty sure he's going to build at least like 3 or 4 Hellions, to say the least, maybe even more. For now, only a single Hellion roaming around here on the Natural Expo from Kyrix. A single Hellion won't be able to do much damage unless he just left unguarded, obviously. Roach Warren going down right on the face of that Hellion, so obviously oGsEnsnare now is aware that that Hellion is there. Second Hellion advancing. I'm sorry, he's aware that the Roach Warren is there. I'm not sure if it's on purpose for him to just make a tech switch and and just be fooled in, and he's not even gonna get any roaches. But for now it doesn't seem like it. He's gonna finish the roach warren. There's 2 Hellions that have been killing a lot of drones and Zerglings there, by the way. This one has 2 kills, but I think that the other one on the front has more. Let me take a look. 7 kills, so pretty good result for these 2 Hellions, I would say. Kyrix sending a second wave of Zerglings advancing into these Hellions, trying to poke at the one on the back, destroyed. A third Hellion comes to the aid, and they just roasted that big line of Zerglings and actually saved the other Hellion that has 11 kills. Really impressive stuff there. Nice result on that Hellion harass, and now finally getting everything back defended once again. KyrixZenith sending more Zerglings south. He's gonna be aware and standing at that door, making sure that his opponent won't be able to commit any mistake. Oh, he just picked up some Marines that were just here on the low ground, and now gonna pull back, probably try to get some map control. Notice how he has both Xel'Naga watchtowers controlled, so Ensnare won't be able to roam around freely without Kyrix noticing. Orbital command finished. He's gonna advance with it and try to establish his natural expo. Income wise, let's see how things are going. It's balanced for now, even on the harvester count. A lot of Zerglings once again trying to advance on that natural expo, trying to stop that command center from landing, but these 3 Hellions with Infernal Pre-Igniter are just way too much. They just roast everything. There goes the control of the Xel'Naga watchtower, and meanwhile on the production tab, as you guys can see, there's Roach already coming out, and Glial Reconstitution getting ready, almost finished, while there's the tech switch for oGsEnsnare, as you notice here. He's gonna go for Marauders with Steam Pack, so he is making the transition according to the counters that he need to get this Roach advance stopped. Big stream of Roaches backed up by Zerglings advancing into the natural expo from Ensnare. Nice move there, picking up one of those Hellions, and now we're gonna have a face-off on the natural expo. There's plenty of Marauders here. Very nice line with the Roaches, but I don't think that amount of Roaches will be enough to just break into those Marauders and destroy everything on that natural expo. So forced to pull back, waiting for reinforcements, I would say. There it is, 4 more Roaches advancing, but he's already at the gates of the natural expansion from Ensnare, and it's Ensnare's turn to just answer back. He's going for Marauders for now, while as you can see Kyrix getting 20 more Zerglings, so a big wave of Zerglings preparing to advance once again. Look at the forces here from KyrixZenith. He's gonna advance once again, and meanwhile he's producing a Nidus network, so I think he might be going for some kind of surprise attack. Pulling back, I wonder if he's gonna just gather all of these forces and just place them here on the Nidus network. Where does he has overlords? Oh, this one is very well placed. He's probably gonna establish something there, I would say. He's pulling with all of his forces, so I guess we're gonna have a very nice surprise attack on the back of the main base from oGsEnsnare. He's advancing with a single Hellion and some Marauders, but meanwhile there it is, Nidus network ready, and popping the Nidus worm on the back of the main base from oGsEnsnare. Does he have visibility for that one? Yes, he does. So he needs to do something about that. Meanwhile, there's a big clash here in the middle of the map. Marauders advancing, while a big stream of units is unleashed into the main base of oGsEnsnare. Roaches and Zerglings roaming all over the place. Ensnare trying to pull as many SCVs as possible, saving his workers, but meanwhile there's just so much destruction going on his main base that if he loses his production buildings, well, this game is basically over for him. More Zerglings getting produced there, also a third base getting established there, as you guys can see. KyrixZenith taking advantage of all the offensive he's been establishing to get another base, a third base, and improve on his econ game. Now pulling ahead after wreaking so much havoc on the main base of oGsEnsnare and shoving away all the defenses that Ensnare has. Look at him, he's just trying to contain them all outside the main base while he keeps streaming more and more units out of this Nidus worm so they can poke around these buildings and destroy them one by one. Soon enough, I would say that those buildings are gonna start getting destroyed, and the ability to produce units from Ensnare will be so much thwarted that he won't be having any chance to resist this advance from KyrixZenith. Very nice play with that Nidus network. More units streaming, he keeps pumping more and more. That barracks there, it's almost finished, and notice how he tries to keep some units here on that little gap of the ramp, trying to contain the advance from oGsEnsnare. Ensnare doesn't have enough units. It's just SCVs, 3 Marauders and 1 Helin. It isn't enough. Zerglings and Roaches keep melting everything that passes in front of them. Look at the Zerglings and more Roaches coming out of that Nidus Worm and destroying everything that moves inside that base. I think that oGsEnsnare will have to go for a different approach, or just GG and wait for the next game, because on this one, this push was just such a hurt, such pain, that oGsEnsnare can't handle it anymore. This Nidus network keeps streaming more and more units out. Look at how many racks are already destroyed. I think he already lost like 3 racks, and now incoming another racks down. He's working out of a single racks and the factory is gonna get finished. Second racks flying up. Not sure if I was even expecting it to save it, but well, he isn't. It's over. He only has workers here. That's it, SCVs and mules, and there's nothing left of his army. Yeah, basically there's nothing left of his main base. So, whoa, pretty impressive move by KyrixZenith here on this situation. Very well played. This Nidus network was just a brilliant move. And let's go for the second match. KyrixZenith is leading the way now. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you all later.